Hello, chess family. It's me, National Master Jesse James, and today we're going over a very fun idea, a gambit line against the Scandinavian. Who here loves to play white against Scandinavian? I know I don't. It's a very solid opening, and well, in a long game, I don't mind playing against it because we get extra space, and I can find all the little subtleties of why the position's bad. But in a fast game, maybe a blitz game online, or a bullet game, I want to play something fun and exciting, and that's when I found this very fun opening idea. Let's take a look. In this game, I think I was able to find a double exclam for the checkmate at least, and well, just have a very fun game altogether, especially because I guess my opponent did not know it. And with the player rated around 2400, not a bad idea. All right, here we go. I started up with e4, and my opponent played d5, the Scandinavian. The best way to play against it, I went ahead and took. Queen takes on d5, knight to c3 attacking the queen, and here my opponent has two main lines. They either play the queen to d6 variation, which is very positional, or queen a5 variation. Whenever I play Scandi, I like to play this one myself, and this one is a much more aggressive way to play, so we played queen to a5. And here is where we have what's called the Lionheart Gambit. Do you know it? What do you play here as white? Here you get to play pawn to b4. As you can see here, the computer loves this move. No, of course not. Of course, the computer's not going to love us giving away a free pawn. With that being said, even though we give up a pawn, the position is said to be equal even after the queen takes. So that should tell you how much compensation or how much initiative or piece play we should be getting out of this opening. And if my opponent doesn't know how to play correctly against this, well, I'm going to have a very fun time as we had in this game. Here, well, the best way to beat a gambit is to accept it. Queen takes on b4, and the reason we can do this gambit is because we get another free developing move. We get to play rook to b1, developing with a threat, attacking the queen. Now, the best move here to continue for black is to play queen to d6. With that being said, my opponent played one of the worst moves here, queen to a5, and this happens a lot. I get this against a lot of masters. I just played one against a women's FIDE master, which I was just, chasing her queen all around the board, which is very fun, especially at this level. You would think these 24, 2500 level players would not be falling for this, but hey, whenever we get into situations we don't know very well, we all fall prey to this. And here, the best move is to play rook to b5, attacking the queen, and the queen really has no good squares. So the queen has to go to a6, and well, at this point, you see that the bishop is aimed over at this queen, and so there's a lot of discovery ideas. Unfortunately, from my experience, there really is no good one right now. Black is very solid. There's no real weaknesses except for the c7 pawn, which, who wants a pawn here? So here, the best move is really just to continue developing and, well, keep making threats. Here, I went ahead and played knight to f3. Queen to e6 check, a bad move already. And here I went ahead and just played bishop e2. Now there's a few different good moves here to play. The computer likes rook to e5 instead, even knight e5. Bishop e2 is a good human move for me. I want to get ready to castle, and this is just a free tempo. a6 got played to attack my rook. And, well, we're going to move my rook and make a threat. I went ahead and played rook to b5. It's really interesting here. The computer is really suggesting rook b3 or b1, which does make sense. Typically in the middle game, especially because the pieces haven't been brought out, the rook can definitely become a target in a lot of these lines, especially by the little pieces. Little does my opponent know, I love to sacrifice pieces. I love to do exchange sacrifices. So if I can get a knight and a pawn or a bishop and a pawn for my rook, I am more than happy because it's all about activity for me at this point. Well, the queen has to move again. Here we go. Queen to d7 got played. I was happy to see this. I already have knight to e5 ideas in my head, but let's go ahead and continue developing. Pawn to d4, of course. Here, knight c6 got played, and, well, it makes sense here. The knight develops attacking the rook, and, well, I went ahead and just played simple chess, rook to g5. This move, definitely not my favorite move of the game, but the idea is pretty simple here. I'm trying to discourage any kind of pawn movements, especially for the bishop getting out later. As you'll see, he'll definitely be harassing this rook later on. Here, knight to f6 got played, and, well, let's keep pushing forward. Pawn to d5, of course, attacking the knight. The knight went ahead and retreated back to b8. I think that definitely is one of the best moves you could play. The computer's suggesting pawn h6, which is a move, but, hey, we're humans over here. Knight b8 got played. And now let's keep pushing forward here. Knight to e5, attacking this queen. Queen back to d8. Here I went ahead and castled. And here my opponent plays a move that looks so harmless or so simple. I'm very surprised it was a blunderful move, but pawn to h6, and here I did miss the best idea. I'm going to play in a few moves, so we won't look at the move right now, but here I just played simple chess and played rook back to g3. It's mad because I didn't play the best move here. My opponent played knight b d7. Makes sense. Black wants to make some trades. I have plenty of pieces out over here, and the more trades they can make, the better the position will be for them. Here we go, pawn f4. I'm more than happy to trade this guy off if you want to give me 2 center pawns. At least that's what I said. And my opponent plays pawn b5 here. Here I missed a very simple win. Can you find it? All right, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and give me that like and subscribe. Remember, pushing like is going to help share this with other people. All right, here in this position, I found a very good move, which will eventually lead to a checkmating sequence. But here I missed a simple win. Did you see it? b5, it looks like a good move because it's going to bring out the bishop, but unfortunately for them, they missed it. Knight to c6, I missed it. It wins the queen. Believe it or not, this only gives me a +5 advantage. It should be around +9 since the queen is worth 9. But instead, I was able to find the checkmating idea here, and I went ahead and played bishop to h5. Such a simple move, yet such a big threat. Here I'm threatening bishop takes on f7 for checkmate, and it really is not so easy to stop here. My opponent played one of the better moves. He just went ahead and took. And one of the problems here is, wait a second, can't you just play something like g6? G6 is something I would be happy to see, and it's pretty hard to not look for sacrifices here. Here we have knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes is checkmate. You have knight takes on f7, which is really good. Bishop takes g6 is going to be good. Rook takes Rook takes on g6. Every kind of sacrifice is just working here. So when you can't make a pawn move and you're getting checkmate on variations, you know something has gone wrong. So after bishop h5, takes, queen takes, but now even worse, now I have a queen threatening over here for f7 for checkmate. And again, any kind of g6 move is going to lead us to the same type of sacrifices as we saw earlier. So here my opponent was, well, I mean, just look at this position as white versus black. It's like, I don't know how we got to this position. All I know is that, well, it's a great position here for white. And here it did not take long for me to find the win. Knight takes on e5, pawn takes on e5. Now I have a new idea. Pawn b4 was played, and it makes sense because, well, after b4, they want to kick the knight so they could take on d5, and then maybe they'll have some chances here to defend. But, well, I was not so nice. I saw a very nice idea here. Pawn to e6, right away threatening checkmate. Here, bishop took, which was pretty much forced. Pawn takes, queen to d4 check, bishop e3, bringing the bishop out, attacking the queen, and here it's just game over. Here they must sacrifice the queen, but they missed it. They went ahead and played queen takes on c3, and now it was white to move and checkmate in 3 moves. Can you find it? All right, hopefully push stop or push pause and try to figure it out. Did you find it yet? Here it's a simple back rank checkmate, and I'm not going to miss checkmate too many times in this game. Queen takes on f7 check, king to d8. Did you find the double exclam here? Queen takes on f8. Brilliant! Rook takes, and rook takes is going to lead to a check and a mate here because the pawn helping out. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Remember, this was called the Lionheart Gambit, a very fun way to attack whenever they play the Scandinavian, at least with the queen to a5 variation. Play pawn b4 here, and after queen takes rook b1, you're going to get a free tempo and lots of different ways to attack the king. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video.